All right, me and Dylan are heading to the management farm. The landowner has given me the opportunity to hunt their property on the terms of killing does, because they have a lot of, probably an overpopulation of does, but just a lot of deer in general. She's allowing me to kill bucks also now, and showed me a picture of a great buck, which is not the one I shot, but I do have a buck down, and we're gonna go pick him up. We got the four-wheeler in the back of the truck. You gotta drop considerable elevation down to the creek, and to drag this thing out in muddy bean field would be almost impossible. So we're gonna get the four-wheeler down there, get him loaded up, get him out of there. We'll try to get somewhere where we have some good lighting, get a few pictures. And I did get some video. My GoPro went dead right before the shot. The buck comes out, stands broadside, and the GoPro shuts off, but I had the big video camera on, and it should have it in a wide angle. I didn't zoom or anything. I know it was in frame, so we'll see if we can do something. You guys could see that. I don't know how big he was, but I haven't killed a buck in 15 years, so it looks like it may not have been as perfect of a shot as I thought it was. I literally expected him to drop right there in the field, and he kind of stood there and walked off. He's gonna die, but I just can't, I can't push him, I know that much. He looked decent. He's definitely not the giant that I saw a trail camera of. Yeah, first time I've been pumped about shooting all year. I killed a doe this morning. That's my fourth deer this year, and it's October 30th. I had some couple of small issues with my bow at the beginning. Had a few mishaps. I got 3 does down, including one I shot this morning. And now he's down, I guarantee you, but he moved off really, really different than I expected. Alright, I'm gonna show you where the lighted knock is. Everything should have been good on video, but I didn't do anything other than turn the camera that direction. Wasn't taking any chances. I'm a hunter first, then I'm a video guy. So we'll get there. We're gonna go find the arrow. We'll shine the tree stand. We'll look at the arrow, and I guess I'm a little perplexed because I didn't find any blood. I just happened to look over in the field with my light, and the deer was laying there. So I'm a little puzzled exactly why there was no blood. So we'll see if we can get to the bottom of that. We're gonna look for a little bit of blood, and then we're gonna go over and get him loaded up, and get him back, and get him hung up. So All right, we'll see you when we get to the field. All right, so we're back at the stand here, and that light is so bright that I can't think. There's the stand. Dylan and I hung the stand, oh, what was it, last Saturday? This overlooks a bean field, so this is the bottom, goes into the creek, but the bean field is the main attraction. The does come out, and these bucks have been cruising through here. I had a 4-pointer come to the same spot. The buck was standing here, which you'll see on film. I got a complete pass through. I've been using these like self-fletching, like you gotta boil them to get them to stick, and I mean, they work, but the deer knocked it clean off the arrow. So that's the blood. Seems to be bubbly, but it also looks dark. There was hardly any white on this arrow, so it was hard to tell the color of the blood. The deer was standing broadside and then ran out here into the beans and crossed back over and just stood at the corner of the beans. I've not found a drop of blood. I found the deer without finding a single drop of blood. So that mystery, I'd like to at least, oh, okay, here we go. But I don't know if that's just from, I don't know if that's just from slinging off the arrow as the arrow penetrated. But I have found no blood. I'd like to at least find a blood trail and not be so dumbfounded by it. So he ran out here and did a loop. Why is there no blood? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure I double lunged him, and there should have been no reason he didn't just die right in front of me. And it turns out that's true, because he came in here and he did a loop, and he went back out and stood right on the corner of the beans, and that's when I got worried, because he just stood there like nothing was wrong. Then he went on over, and I heard nothing. I did hear one kind of thud one time, maybe just a few seconds later. But minutes later, over across the creek, I heard a deer blow at me 1,000 times, which made me think, what in the world is going on? So what it really turns out is it was a great shot. I have no idea why we can't find blood, but the deer didn't. He went right out of eyesight because of the leaves on the trees. I would have been able to watch him drop any other time if it would have been later in the year. But I'm still not finding any blood anywhere. And I tiptoed through here in case it was a liver shot. I kind of thought that blood was liver blood. So I was really worried that he'd be sitting over there bedded somewhere and that I would jump him and push him. But I don't see a drop of blood. What we're gonna do is, we don't need to blood trail this. We don't need to waste the time. But what I think we should do is we should go over to the deer. We had found the deer. I'd found the deer after I got done on the stand. We'll go over and we'll see, and we'll try to backtrack from the deer and just see if there is a blood trail, or if this is just, for some reason something stopped up. And do you see any blood? Have you found any blood yet?
No.
Dude. What? Like, it ain't about the rack on this one. Look at that body. Like, I've been killing small deer. Wow. Wow. How cool. All right. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Whew. That's the first time I've laid my hands on antlers on a deer in over 15 years. And that is no trophy to most people, but I am pumped right now. Kind of wondering about the size. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't really count that, but if he'd have been a 10-point, and he's got a little kicker. I thought he had another kicker. I guess it was these. Actually, he should have been a 12-pointer, but these didn't develop yet. So next year he would have been amazing. So while we don't have the option to manage out here, that is motivation to see that deer go another year. But that body, I don't know if it's just because I haven't seen a buck in a while. It's been a long time. Been out of this for a long time. I'm glad to be back. Glad to have Dylan with me. All right, well, now the work starts. Got my main man Dylan here. That's actually intestines, isn't it? And fat. So we had about on the other side. Here, we'll go back over. Did you already have it on there? Here, let's get this other side done. So in the video we were talking about how, I mean, this seems a little far back. I mean, it should have been, you know, in this range here. But you know, they always react and move, so stuff happens. But there was no blood trail, so we kept talking about why wasn't there a blood trail. Eventually we were going to investigate. So this was just literally hanging out of this deer's body. So this is fat. What it's connected to yet, I don't know. I'm gonna say, I mean, probably intestines, but I don't smell the normal like intestine thing. So that went in over here on the other side and come out here. The deer was not angling like that, so he had to have moved. He had to jump the shot. We got footage of it, so we'll be able to check it. But there you go. There's always a reason. That was packed right there just like that.
With beans and everything else in it.
Unbelievable, yeah. Let's entertain the idea that I could actually move this thing.
Yeah, let's watch them try.
So I'm gonna bring this over to the edge of the woods.